Admiral Burke, which would you say of all those campaigns, the Marshalls, the Marianas, you were at Leyte, Iwo Jima, Okinawa, which one was the roughest, do you think?
Well, the rough is a difficult comparison.
Yes.
You see, now what I'm thinking now is about the roughest on our staff.
Yes.
Was in Okinawa.
Okinawa.
Because we lost we lost half our staff.
Yes. Yes.
When the Bunker Hill was hit, we lost a lot of people. We went over to the Enterprise was hit, we lost a lot more people until we didn't have very many people left.
Yes.
That was on the staff. So we had a rough time.
Yes.
But they could still go into combat and still beat the hell out of the enemy. We took a lot of beatings, but they took worse ones.
Yes.
Now the roughest one on ships.
Yes.
Was probably the Second Battle of the Philippine Sea when Halsey went up to attack the carriers that weren't there.
Yes. Yes.
That was probably the roughest.
The roughest there.
Yeah.
But yet the morale amongst your men remained high, Admiral Burke, even though you were having a rough time of it?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Oh, yes. You get after this is nobody believes this. The students particularly won't believe any part of it. But after you face death a couple of times, it's not so bad. And you're going to die sometime.
Yes.
And you might as well die with honor, and you can't control when you're going to die.
That's true.
And help a little bit, but you can't do it all by yourself.
Yes. Yes.
So you might as well do as much good as you can.
Makes sense. Sure.
Yeah, but it's there's mutual support. That's unbelievable.
Yes.
It's unbelievable what people will do to support their companions sometimes.
Yes.
And sometimes it's a silly thing to do. They're throwing themselves away, really.
Yes.
But still, you can't be sure that they are.
Yeah. Yeah.
You can't be either. They can do some good.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess you develop a real closeness in the face of death, the men, don't they?
Well, it's more than that. Yeah, that's true. That's what these ship reunions now. Now we're holding reunions all the time, 40 years after these various battles.
Yes.
And various ships holding reunions. And it's remarkable to see people to get, for example, the Desron 23 had a reunion in 83.
Yes.
40 years after the Battle of Cape St. George.
Yes.
Well, 1,000 people there. You haven't seen those people for 40 years.
Yes.
1,000 people, that's a lot of people. And you wonder what that's all about. It takes a couple of days to figure it out. That those people have absolute trust in each other.
Yes.
And there are all sorts of positions now. A lot of, for example, one of the biggest lawyers in Richmond was my yeoman.
Yes.
Some very successful businessmen were seamen second.
Yes.
So there's not much difference. You can't tell the difference now between officers and enlisted men 40 years after.
That's right.
And so, but they go right back 40 years, and the confidence, it's the affection, the respect, and the admiration that they have for one another. It's something to sit back and look at and wonder how in the world that can happen.
Yes. Yes.
They mean, those men, the men mean something to one another.
Yes.
Much more than you think.
Yes. Yes.